Good morning and welcome to Backyard and Beyond. And this morning we're visiting with Emily Kringle. Good morning to you, Emily.
Good morning, Levon.
Emily, of course, is a registered dietitian in charge of food service at Cass County Memorial Hospital. And this week, Emily, I think it's sort of a food week, isn't it? You know, food is so important to us at this time of year.
Yes, food means many things to many people, and a lot of traditions are connected to food.
Absolutely. And that's yesterday I started talking about some traditions, and they're very varied from family to family.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
Do you have a favorite thing that you always do with your family?
Well, we would always have Christmas Eve with our my extended family, and we didn't really have a traditional meal, but we always got together, and it was a big meal, but it wasn't turkey and that sort of thing.
Just a good meal.
Just a good meal.
Yes. Well, we want to talk about some things going on at Cass County Memorial Hospital, and if you're not familiar there, if that's not in your area, check with your own hospital, see what's going on related to this season and to food in general. The first thing, Emily, I wanted you to mention was that you have a Christmas dinner available at the hospital cafeteria.
Yes, our cafeteria is always open to the public, and on Christmas Day, we do offer a traditional Christmas dinner with turkey, and that is $5 for visitors.
And there's everything with it. Salad,
yes,
pie.
It's not a la carte. It's just a set price.
But it's a wonderful meal. And you don't make reservations. You just stop in, right? What hours?
We are open from 11:30 to 1:15.
Okay. And, you know, it's great. Not everybody has family close to get together to, so it's a wonderful service that you do offer to the community. And I think, I'm not sure every hospital is as friendly as yours in terms of, you know, first responsibilities to your patients, correct?
First, yes. Our patients are number one, and then our staff is right up there because we provide the meals for them, of course. And then it is open to visitors, and so those are probably our top three. But we're also open to the public, as are a lot of hospitals.
And your food is good, and there's always a variety of things to choose from. So I know there's some people who come regularly to your cafeteria to eat.
Yes, we have some regular customers, and we try to provide a variety of things.
Yeah.
We always have raw vegetables, salads, but we also always have desserts.
Absolutely. Choice of desserts, and some of them are kind of high calorie. They're not all fruit cocktails.
No.
But you're kind of changing the policy on some of those things that you serve, I understand.
Yes, we've gradually kind of changed, and I probably shouldn't announce this on the radio, but over the last 5 years, we've made the portions of dessert smaller, and just kind of so people could have the dessert, but it wasn't as big. Also, there's a community, a wellness effort kind of just being started to try to provide healthy foods at least the same price as foods that maybe aren't as healthy and maybe even discounted. So starting in January, we're going to be doing that for our staff. For fruit and raw vegetables will be offered at a discounted price compared to other things.
Okay. Well, we have to choose various ways to encourage folks to kind of balance out and add those fruits and veggies to their meals and still have that little dessert, but add a few more veggies and fruits.
Yes, and everything you read. I mean, it can be very, very detailed information, but it kind of winds down to eat more fruits and vegetables.
Yeah, it does,
and whole grain.
Yes. But, you know, you've preached, Emily, I remember you're always saying, you know, eat a variety and eat in moderation. You've said that for years, and it's still true.
Oh, yes.
So great advice. We just need to take a look at what we're preparing and what we're putting on our plates to see that it follows those kind of rules. Emily, you're known as a leader in work, especially with hospitals and other institutions, in terms of getting local food in the hospital. Now, I don't think you're getting many local fresh fruits and veggies right now, but you're still using some local food.
Yes. In the summer and fall, we use as much local produce as we can use. We probably have just recently, if not still, using fall squash, acorn squash, butternut squash, sweet potatoes. But we also year-round use local beef. and it's raised by a local farmer, produced at a local locker, and we use that all year.
Mm-hmm. Great. And I'm not sure a lot of people realize that. And sometimes we people who talk about local food sort of forget that, wow, there's a resource that is available year-round.
Right. I believe just maybe in the last week we've had fresh ham, from and cured ham from the Pen of Three Hogs that we purchased at the county fair.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay, so you are, and the hospital is supporting actually the local economy. Sometimes we forget, I think, to say that, yeah, this is great flavor, and it's usually better tasting, but it's also supporting our local economy.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it serves many purposes. Yes.
Yes.
Another thing that I thought we might want to talk about is recently you've mentioned to me that there's some new information, some new rule coming out about salt, and I'm thinking you have lots of rules and regulations that you have to follow. You can't always just do what you want to do.
Well, right. I mean, we have lots of guidelines.
Okay.
And the guideline that's coming down that you're referring to is on sodium, which is at 2,300 milligrams now, and it's going to be lowered to 1,500, I believe, which will be, it's going to take the food manufacturers to get involved with that because sodium is in so many different foods. But we try, one of our kind of claims to fame is we try to make as much homemade or hospital-made food as possible. So that can help control the sodium. But yeah, if we're going, especially for patients, we will be, encouraged to follow the dietary guidelines, which will drop that sodium level. We also, of course, have people on therapeutic diets that have special levels of sodium ordered. So,
and I think sometimes we often think that, well, we'll just cut down on the salt that we put on it as we're eating it. But my goodness, you mentioned manufacturers. There's so much salt in. Sometimes we don't even taste that salt.
No. It's in things that we often salt. Or you've gotten used to salting it. A lot of, and it wasn't done to be mean to us. It was done to preserve the food, to heighten the taste. So and the industry has been working on it, gradually decreasing the sodium in foods.
I remember one of the things that I was so surprised about was that it's high in sodium is the pudding mixes.
Yes.
And we don't think of that as salty.
Oh no, especially the instant ones are very high in sodium. Cottage cheese is another thing that's salty, and it's the dressing on the cottage cheese. So.
And can we buy low sodium cottage cheese?
You can buy dry curd cottage cheese.
Okay.
And you can make your own dressing. But I don't know anybody that does that.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, it's raising that awareness level of, hey, that's a possibility.
Right.
We don't have to just necessarily take what we usually take and take a look at things. And you've done some in-store tours with people pointing out some of those things that maybe, we can't stop and read every label every time, but there are some kind of generalizations that I'm guessing you point out.
Well, we used to say by the perimeter of the grocery store because there's lots of things that are more fresh or not processed. But, this is another place where the industry has really gotten involved. There's a lot of in-store labeling and food commodity labeling, like the whole grains. So there are little tricks around there for us to use. I still think it kind of goes to your common sense. You're going to know that things that are fresher are probably better for you.
Okay. Less processing, less things added to the food.
Right.
Yes. So, well, food is, as we start out saying, food is so important, and it's important when you visit the hospital as well as in everyday life. And we're just happy, Emily, that you're guiding all your great staff, and I know you have wonderful staff there.
Great staff, long-term staff that just know what to do, and that's great.
And willing to do a little extra and wanting to make sure that everything does taste good.
Yes.
Yes, so that's very good. So if you have any questions, I guess you can call Cass County Hospital. That's 243-3250. And in the meantime, we want to thank you very much, Emily Krinkle, for visiting with us this morning.
Thank you, Levon, and have a very nice Christmas.
Thank you. And until next time, here's a thought, and this is from Oprah Winfrey. When we lose someone we love, we gain an angel whose name we know.